3 children were killed after the car their mother was driving plowed into a lake in Melbourne, Australia. Local media say a pair of 4-year-old twins and their 1-year-old brother drowned in the incident. Their 5-year-old sister and the 35-year-old mother survived and are being treated at an area hospital. Media say officials are investigating what caused the mother of 7 to drive off the road, over a footpath, through the shrubbery and into the lake.
Well, it's a shock because the kids play around here and there's a beautiful area, so for my dogs to walk around here, it's just complete tragedy, actually.
We've come down here and it's just very sad because we're here all the time, and there was a boy that was his age, so I just can't imagine what it'd be like.
Australian media report the mother is of Sudanese origin and is helping police homicide investigators.
Are we alone in the universe? Humans have wondered about this question for millennia. Now, some of NASA's top scientists say they believe the answer is no, and they expect to find proof soon. Speaking at a panel discussion about water in the universe on Tuesday, the space agency's chief scientist Ellen Stofan said that scientists are on the verge of discovering life beyond our planet.
I think we're going to have strong indications of life beyond Earth within a decade, and I think we're going to have definitive evidence within 20 to 30 years.
NASA already has some indications of possible extraterrestrial life. Its Kepler mission has discovered more than 1,000 planets outside our solar system, and the list is ever growing. Some of these planets are believed to be Earth-like, with a rocky surface and mild climate that could support life. One of the strongest hints in recent years that life might exist beyond Earth has been the discovery that water is quite common in our own solar system. Scientists have found signs of subsurface oceans on Jupiter's moons Europa and Ganymede, as well as Saturn's satellite Enceladus. Previous studies have suggested that Mars in the ancient past was covered with oceans, and according to new research, glaciers buried beneath the surface of the red planet may still contain plenty of water.
We know where to look, we know how to look. In most cases, we have the technology, and we're on a path to implementing it. And so I think we're definitely on the road.
The extraterrestrial life that NASA scientists expect to find may be unlike what most people imagine alien life to look like. Ms. Stofan clarified that she believes the life forms they'll discover are likely to be tiny, on the scale of small microbes. So the biggest challenge for scientists in the coming years, it seems, isn't around figuring out whether or where life might exist, but rather how to find microscopic life forms in the vast universe.
Radiation from the Fukushima nuclear disaster is now washing up on the shores of Canada's Vancouver Island. Low levels of radioactive isotopes identified with the Japanese power plant were discovered in February off Ucluelet, British Columbia, some 4,700 miles away. It's the first time radiation has been detected on land in North America since the 2011 nuclear plant meltdown. Scientists stress the levels of radioactive chemicals are not harmful. In November, the Canadian government detected airborne elements of radioactive pollutants in seawater vegetation further off the shores of British Columbia. I'm Matt Sampson, The Weather Channel.
We are just now getting some word of extremely dangerous weather. Spotters are reporting a tornado just northwest of Wichita, Kansas. Chad Myers, he's been tracking it, joins us now. Chad, what are you seeing?
What the most dangerous part of this, Anderson, is that it's nighttime. You can't see them, you can't hear them, and you may be going to sleep pretty soon. You want to make sure that NOAA weather radio is on all night. There will be storms on the horizon that pop up all night long. The night side, the nighttime tornadoes are the most deadly, are the most dangerous. There's the one for Wichita right there. It did miss the town of Wichita, don't get me wrong. This is Andale. This is way northwest of the city, but it is still rotating, and it still may be on the ground. And now that it's nighttime, you don't get the spotter radar network that you would like. There's the storm right there, moving to the northeast. Another one just popped up. That's not that far from Andover. And then back out here toward the west, another storm. This storm here, although it looks pretty small now, had 3 separate tornadoes on the ground earlier today. So still a dangerous night, and we'll keep watching it for you, Anderson.
All right, Chad, thanks very much.
Screaming, "Don't hurt my child."
Another video has been released showing a white police officer shooting an unarmed black man to death. Here, an officer in Miami Gardens, Florida, shoots a mentally unstable 25-year-old black male who police say had attacked officers with a broomstick. The video was released amid protests over similar deaths, the most recent in South Carolina. Friends and relatives of 50-year-old Walter Scott, who was shot in the back by an officer last weekend, took part in a Black Lives Matter demonstration. Scott's death continues to flame the national debate over police misconduct and race relations.
You young people have to fight. You have to stay together. You have to change it. I don't want to close my eyes and see another person die for nothing.
The video of Scott being shot was used to implicate the officer, Michael Slager, who's been charged with murder and fired from his position in the North Charleston Police Department.
Dramatic footage captured inside the psych ward of an Arizona prison showing the moment an inmate lashes out, brutally attacking several officers. You can see one officer trying to tase him, but doesn't work. Officials say this was all unprovoked, unfolding after officers found the inmate in an area he wasn't supposed to be in. The incident left 4 officers injured. One of them is suffering serious head trauma after being knocked out cold. Authorities say they plan to charge the prisoner with aggravated assault.